This is right here. This is Rosanna Pansino. Give it up, you guys.
Hi, guys. Hello.
Well, I'm Amanda Haska. I'm with Instant. I'm a host, and I'm so excited to be talking to you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
I am so excited. I did not know that when you sit down, your dress gets very short, so I'm actually going to cuddle with a pillow.
Yeah, go for it.
So
Get cozy.
know.
Get cozy. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us. So this is Instant's this is our version of a pool party. We've got some pool floats going, and it's a good time. So what is one of your favorite things about summer?
Ooh, well, officially summer just started.
Yes, like
couple
yesterday or a
days
couple days ago.
Or was that
Yesterday, 2 days ago?
VidCon is flying by.
Right,
I can't keep track.
Right.
I love pool parties.
I agree.
don't get to go to a lot of them, but I love hanging out in the pool.
Well, if you want to borrow one of these floaties for your next pool party, just let us know.
Oh, perfect. Oh, a donut one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the donut. The donut is solid, a solid choice. So again, we have this new thing, Instant, we just launched a couple weeks ago. It's called our new Fame List. So make sure to go to newfamelist.com to check it out. Super exciting, but I'm very excited to be talking to you today. So first things first, also if you guys have any questions for Rosanna, we'll be taking some fan questions at the end. So make sure you tweet at us at instant.me with the hashtag AskInstant. And she just might answer your question, you guys. So I feel like we need to talk about how you have you have a baking line with Wilton. You announced it back in March, right? Mm-hmm. And so how is it going? Tell us more about it.
I got a lot of questions about how that happened. And it happened slowly. We built a relationship over the years. If you know me, you know that I love Wilton baking products. I have been using them since I was a little girl, I think 4 years old. Their company has been around for over 80 years, and all of my baking products are Wilton products. If you watch my very first video of Nerdy Dubbies, I'm using Wilton icing, and I never thought that I would be able to get to work with them. And about a couple years ago, we teamed up and we made some videos together, and we had so much fun, and it was just so seamless. Working with them was like breathing. It just felt like the perfect fit, and we said, let's partner together in a bigger way, and they gave me the opportunity to create my very first baking line, and it is just so surreal, and I am so excited, and I've been developing these things for over a year, and I'm so excited because it's become a reality, and they're going to actually be, this is crazy. I just found out that it's gonna be in every Michael's store, every Joann's, Walmart, Amazon, and online at Wilton. So
basically, where can't we find your baking products is what the real question. So how did the creative process behind that kind of work? Like how did, you kind of get the design process going? What was that like?
I really underestimated, just like when I was making a book for the first time, a cookbook, I thought, oh, this is just gonna be so easy. I make videos all the time, so making a book's gonna be so easy. I really underestimated how much work goes into making a product line. I thought I would creative design everything, and then I could, and then I could move on to the next project. No. You creative design, you see every step all the way through from manufacturing to testing, and then it has to go back to manufacturing, and then you have to retest it. There's a lot of science involved. I had no clue. I still, to this day, am doing emails, developing items and fixing things. And
so is there like an official launch date, or when can everyone go purchase these lovely items?
It's gonna come out the end of August, and I think there's gonna be a pre-sale. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think so, but I know it comes out end of August.
Yeah. Well, we have one sneak peek item right here. It's a lovely little. Did you want to tell us all about it? I feel like Vanna
Wilton, they were such great sports. They said, Ro, if you could make anything, what would you want to make? And I said, there's so many weird silicone molds to make cute little desserts that don't exist. And the things that I wanted, I'd have to go on Etsy, and I'd find a retailer on Etsy who would make one custom item, and it only kind of worked a few times. It wasn't very durable. And I said, I want to make a poo mold.
And that you did.
Yes, I said, I want to make a poo mold because my sister loves unicorns.
Yeah.
And she loves rainbow unicorn poop everything. And I said, I want a poo mold so I can make her rainbow unicorn poo cakes, cookies. And she's really getting into bath bombs.
Ooh,
so you can make like rainbow bath bombs in there.
Multi-use.
Yes,
Multi-use.
I'm so excited about this stinking little poop
And it's nice because it's not like you have to cook something brown in it every time. You could probably do like fun unicorn type of things.
you could also do like little poo emoji brownies.
Who doesn't love that?
So cute.
Yeah. So one of our favorite things about you is your show Nerdy Nummies. It is so great. Who likes Nerdy Nummies, you guys? Who watches it? What is your number one nerdy thing that you geek out over?
Number one? I have to pick one?
Well, we could do like 3. You could pick like your top 3. How about that?
I would say space.
Oh, that's very broad. That's very broad.
It's very broad. It's very general. But one of the general things that I geek out about, space. I love NASA. I follow that little Mars rover on Twitter. Anything it does, I'm like, oh, yes. Little curiosity. I'm a huge fan.
I feel like we should try to get you. Could you be like the first like baker in space? Like, what if they just like launched you in a rocket and you could bake something?
I would totally do it. I would be so excited. Can you imagine baking cookies in space, like in
how does that
zero
even
G,
work?
trying to pour things? I don't even know how that would work, but it would be amazing.
That sounds like fun. I think we should try to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. Space and dinosaurs. That would be my number 2.
Yeah. Ooh, space and dinosaurs.
I'm really into dinosaurs. I always have been. I don't know why. I just find them so fascinating. They're so large.
Yeah.
And I know this was about 8 months ago or 9 months ago. They found the largest T-Rex skull that was fully intact, and now it's at a museum that travels. And I really want to go visit it. But
I was going to say,
huge.
It'd probably be a little harder to time travel so you could bake with dinosaurs. That one would be.
Don't think that's possible.
That would be a little tough.
They would eat me. I would be an appetizer.
You're like, I would be the meal. I would be the meal. So, and then what's another one?
Space, dinos, math.
Math? Oh.
Yeah.
You lost
I
me
know.
there.
Everyone's like, boo, bro, you
it's
can
summer.
leave now.
We don't want to think about math. Come on.
I know. I was a big fan of math in high school. I went to AP Calculus, and numbers just make sense to me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Baking is a science, so it really is. With cooking, you can kind of improvise, but with baking, it's like.
I would say cooking's more free-spirited.
Totally.
You can dash in spices, a little oil.
Add a little extra of this, or maybe a little less of that, or mix it up. But baking, if you have to go by the recipe, you have to go by the numbers and the weight of everything, and it's science, pretty much.
They say that good chemists would make good bakers, and good bakers would make good chemists. I do agree with that, but when it comes to decoration, that's where you can be a little bit more free-spirited, and that's what I like.
Totally. So the logo for Nerdy Nummies, speaking of, is so cute. How did you come up with it? The logo.
Oh, I baked it. We were making videos on YouTube for a while, and many of you out there who are making content, you know that if you develop a show or you're making content and it turns into a show, you get feedback from the community. And one of the feedback items was, Ro, why don't you have a logo for Nerdy Nummies? And I thought, what do? I can't draw. So I knew I couldn't draw a logo, and at the time, I didn't have any money to hire a graphic designer.
So you improvised?
I baked it. I just baked a little chocolate chip cookie, and I iced little glasses on them, and I tried to make them look like my reading glasses. And we took a picture of it, and that was the logo of Nerdy Nummies.
So cute.
Had to bake it.
You improvised. You worked with what you had. I love that. So you get really detailed with your baking and really intricate. So what would you say this year has been one of the harder things that you had to bake?
This
Most
year?
difficult, yeah.
Oh, that's a hard question. I think for me, a challenge that I really enjoyed facing this year would be developing original recipes. When I first started creating content on YouTube, I really focused on the fun part, decorating. That's what is the fun part about decorating. The rest of it's really like sciencey.
Pillow loose. Pillow loose.
But It was developing original recipes because I'm not a food scientist, but now I'm learning how to do that, and I find that really fascinating. It's so much fun. For example, we'll make a donut recipe, I taste it, and then we science it. We'll go back and go, that's really good, but I think I want to reduce the amount of butter. I'd like to add a little bit more salt. So we'll redo the recipe. We test it out. We taste it again. It seems a little boring, but it's like science lab.
I
but
mean,
you
eating
get to
donuts
eat
all
little
day,
yummies.
yeah, it
Yes.
doesn't seem so terrible.
And that's why I started weightlifting, because now that I'm developing original recipes, I'm eating sweets all
Constantly.
day. I have a major sweet tooth, so I'm totally fulfilled.
Yeah.
But I was like, I want some balance in my life, so I started weightlifting.
Oh, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you're going to be eating all these sugary sweets, that sounds
It's
perfect.
balanced out. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm getting stronger. So
yeah.
it's
So you can like
awesome.
whisk harder
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that kind of stuff. What is one ingredient that you make sure you never run out of?
Vanilla extract, and I always love to have fresh vanilla beans.
Ooh.
I love baking with fresh vanilla beans. They have so much flavor. They're so delicious. So I keep them in a little jar. They're ready to go. Yeah.
So your channel is obviously all about baking, but are there other things that you've been like wanting to try with your channel that maybe don't necessarily involve food or?
Yeah, I just like making content about anything I love. And I love a lot of things. Baking is definitely one of them, but I also love hanging out with friends and family and playing games. We have board game night with my friends, and so we started making challenge videos and playing games together because that's what I do in everyday life. And I also love music. It's been a long time since I've made a song. I made one years ago just for fun, and that's something I kind of miss doing.
I love that. You can do songs about baking. You could
Yeah.
write a song about baking. So you mentioned you do weightlifting, but do you have any other crazy like hidden talents besides cooking and weightlifting?
I like to bake. I like to, I don't know.
Lift weights?
Any hidden talents?
Yeah.
I like to sing,
Yeah.
host.
You're very well rounded. You've got a variety of interests. So I
I'm
like
just
it.
a very creative person.
Yeah.
So anything that falls in a creative realm, something I enjoy doing.
Which, speaking of, so how do you kind of keep the videos on your channel fresh, and how do you kind of keep content different and kind of keep challenging yourself as a creator?
That's exactly it. Just keep challenging yourself and pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. We're constantly upgrading equipment, and that's tricky because then you have to learn how to use a new camera, or you have to learn like new editing programs, new features. Just keep challenging yourself and keep pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone.
Definitely. If you could have a meal with one person, dead, alive, or even a fictional character, who would it be and why?
Right now, it would be Neil deGrasse Tyson. I absolutely love him, and he actually
You guys
came
could
on
talk
the
about
show.
space for just
Yes,
hours and
we
hours.
did.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely love him, and he came and baked with me a while back. We made a Star Trek cake together, and we bonded over our love of Star Trek. I know that Star Trek isn't everyone's #1 favorite series, but we're both Trekkies, and I could talk with him about space literally forever. We could just curl up here on the couch, and
Where
I'd be
is
like,
he? I wonder where
teach
he
me
is.
everything.
I mean, we could send both of you into space. How about that? You guys can go into space, and you can share a meal and bake.
All my dreams.
I think
I
we
could
could make.
develop astronaut food that tastes better.
Oh my gosh, you're really onto something.
I could work on astronaut food recipes.
I love that. That's actually a genius idea. Does someone have the
Yes.
number to NASA? Can we call NASA right now?
Hey, NASA.
Hi, it's us.
It's Ro.
What would you say? So obviously VidCon's all about the fans, getting to meet people. What's one of like the crazier fan gifts you've received?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Or just like a fun one,
A lot
you
of
know?
art. I think the thing I like the most are just getting letters from people, because I really like communicating with people, and I communicate as much as I can online. I try to tweet as many people and write back in comments, but there's so many people that it's really difficult to write everyone back. When I first started on YouTube, I wrote every single person back who wrote me in comments or the private messages, and now I just don't have the capacity to do that, and it's something that I kind of miss. And still today, I have a little P.O. box, but everyone who writes to the P.O. box, I try to handwrite every single person back. And even though I don't get to hit everyone, I try, and that's something that just getting a letter from someone, I think, is so special. A lot of the times I get really emotional and I end up crying because there's just this really sweet bond, and there's something so personal about either meeting someone face to face or reading a handwritten letter from someone. It's kind of old school, and it's just really beautiful.
Yeah, which obviously, so when you kind of started your channel and uploaded your very first video, I'm sure, did you think it was gonna grow to this magnitude, or? So do you remember like uploading your very first video ever?
Yes, it was horrible.
So what like sort of prompted you to decide to upload it? Is it still live? Because some people make their videos
it's
private.
Still there, and I should take it down. It's horrible.
Yeah, do you, like, so what sort of, like, was the process behind, like, I'm going to shoot a video and I'm going to create a video and upload it to YouTube? Like, how did that kind of come together?
I really wanted to get more comfortable in front of the camera, and anyone out there today who is starting a YouTube channel or you're just starting to make videos, the biggest piece of advice I could give to someone starting is don't be afraid to start where you're at. I think that's the hurdle. The number one thing to overcome is just don't care if you don't have the best equipment. Don't care if you aren't the best at hosting or being on camera, because the more you do it, the better and better you're gonna get at it. And in a few months, you're gonna be pro. It's gonna feel so much more natural. The more and more you do something, the better you're gonna get. It's kind of like practice. Practice makes perfect. Like, I'm not very good at doing live events, but I'm trying to get better by just doing more of them and getting more comfortable doing them. The very first video I made, I had a horrible camera. I had an $80 flip camera that they don't even make anymore. I got it at Target, and it was really low quality. I think it was only $720 at the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I wasn't very good at filming. I was just having fun, trying to get better, getting more comfortable.
Yeah. A lot of creators say that, you know, you just have to be kind of consistent with what you do too. And, you know, like if you're going to be like, I'm going to release a video once a week, then be consistent with that. And even, like you said, if it's not the best production value or whatever, just keep doing it, and eventually you'll kind of learn more and you'll get there. So
yeah, I'd say have fun with it. Just keep playing and try to push yourself to get better over time. No matter what you're doing, that's any kind of content you're making, whether you're into music or you're into baking or you're a foodie like me, or if you're a comedian and you want to do skits, or you're an actor, just slowly over time, keep pushing yourself.
Yeah. So I think, well, let's shift gears a little bit. So we have this jar that's been sitting here. So this is our TMI jar.
Oh, no.
So we're going to have you, I'm going to choose a couple questions from the TMI jar.
Okay, I'm ready.
And you're going to answer them. It's pretty tame, don't worry. Okay.
Hi.
No, that one's not that fun.
Yeah, we need a fun one.
Yeah, I want the fun ones.
I'm excited, but I'm also nervous.
Oh, if you could make one wish right now, what would it be?
Make one wish? This is going to sound really corny, but I miss my girlfriends. And I have two favorite things about coming to VidCon. One is getting to see all of my YouTube girlfriends. Over the years, we're just getting busier and busier, and it's harder to get all of us in the same room at the same time. And my second favorite part of VidCon is getting to meet everyone who enjoys content and is just really passionate about YouTube and creating content. Those are my two favorite things. I love doing meetups and meeting passionate content creators and my girlfriends. And I miss my girlfriends. Two of my girlfriends couldn't be here today. So we've got half the squad. Yeah. And so if I could make a wish right now, I would wish that we could all get together and
reunite the full
lunch.
squad.
Yeah.
Full squad. So we also have this thing, since it's summertime, we like to call it the instant grill. So it's a few like just sort of this or that kind of questions.
Okay.
So
Would you rather?
Yes.
Kinda. Okay.
Okay, so this is up your alley. Ice cream cone or popsicle?
Ice cream cone.
I'd agree with that. Pool or beach?
Pool.
Agree. Swan floaty or donut floaty? You already answered
Donut
this.
floaty.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Yeah. Hamburger or hot dog?
I'm like really conflicted internally. I'd probably do a turkey dog.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been getting really into turkey
I
dogs.
can respect that. I can respect that.
I actually bought 2 swan floats the other day. This is a really cute story, but this is the only day that I get to be at VidCon. So I'm trying to meet as many people as possible. But I'm actually leaving early because I'm planning my parents' 40th wedding anniversary. They are adorable. Papa Pizza, Mamma Mia. They've been married for 40 years, and they are the cutest.
Give it up. Yeah, that's
couple.
so cute. Aww.
And they're just so humble and just low-key, and they weren't going to do anything. And I said, you guys, this is a huge deal. You guys are the cutest old couple in the world. I love you. They're still playful. They still flirt with each other, which is kind of gross. But it's
Come on, Mom.
Totally. They're like my idols who I look up to about just a loving, healthy, beautiful relationship. So I went all out.
Full floaties
Yeah,
and all the good
tomorrow a rental company is coming to the house. I'm gonna set up a tent, a dance floor. I'm gonna get a caterer, a bartender. When they got married, they were so poor. They didn't have any money. They got married in a park, and there was not even a bathroom. If you were a guest at their wedding, you had to walk blocks down the street to like a supermarket to go to the bathroom. So I really wanted to do something special for them. So I'm throwing them like the wedding that they didn't have.
That is
so we're just gonna
sweet.
go all out. That's tomorrow, so I'm so excited.
That sounds
Well,
like
we're
so
setting up
much
tomorrow.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
on Saturday.
That sounds like so much fun. I mean, of all the reasons, if you have to cut your VidCon short, that seems like a pretty good reason.
I'm also recreating their wedding cake. I'm thinking about making a video about this because they had the ugliest wedding cake I have ever seen, but they loved it.
Yeah.
And looking back, my dad wore a suit at his wedding. It was a peach suit. It looked like, have you guys seen the movie Dumb and Dumber? It was that suit, those
Oh my
colorful
God.
suits, but it was
Was
in
it blue
all,
or
it was in all
orange?
peach. All peach. I'm gonna post a photo. This is too
Oh my
funny.
gosh.
And they had a wedding cake to match. It was so ugly, but I'm gonna recreate it for them.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So let's get to some fan questions.
Yes,
so
yes.
This is from Second Kirby Ever. How many years have you been to VidCon?
Oh my gosh, 5, 6? I've lost count.
Yeah.
So sorry, Kirby.
Yeah. Day and night events. So what made you want to come to VidCon this year?
See my friends and see fellow creators.
Uh-huh.
I love you.
And then we also have Xander, his name is Xander at VidCon, but his Twitter handle is Lovely1Pilot. And this says, what kind of cupcake did you eat on your birthday?
What kind of, I can't remember. What did I have on my birthday?
Did
That
you
was in
bake it
June.
yourself?
I just had a birthday in June. I honestly cannot remember. I'm so sorry. I've only had 1 cup of coffee this morning. Usually I have 3. I'm just
sure
not
it was
fully
delicious.
there, I guess.
Whenever it was, I'm sure it was delicious.
What was it? Oh, shoot. I don't remember.
This is a really fun. Mac North 2587. What's your favorite way to eat potatoes?
I love potatoes.
I love that question.
I will eat a potato anyway. Mashed, fried. I like
Same.
potato cakes. Those are real good because they're thin and crispy.
Yeah.
I like potato chips.
Yeah. So
anything.
We're running out of time, but
Oh, no,
what is
oh, no.
one thing? So people can find your baking line end of August, correct?
Yeah,
what
end of
else? Anything
August.
else that you want to plug, or what are you up to next that you're excited about?
Oh, I'm working on some more projects that I can't talk about. But yeah, end of August it should be out, and I really want to go on tour. So Wilton was like, we we've never heard of that. And I said, I just want to go on
Trust
tour
me.
and meet people because I don't get to go out of my house as much as I'd like. And I had so much fun going on the cookbook tour. So I was like, can we just do a pop-up tour where I don't care if it's in a parking lot. I don't care what we're doing. I just think it would be fun to go see different states and go meet everybody.
So we'll have to stay tuned for that. You guys give it up for
Hoping
Rosanna.
I'll have a tour. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you so much for joining
Thank you
us.
so much for coming. I hope you guys have a wonderful VidCon.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.